What's up, family? What's happening? What's going on? What's up? How are y'all feeling out there tonight? Hope everybody feeling all right. Thank you for joining your boy Bam Bam Belly On, one of Watt's favorite sons. Representing East Side ours because the East Side is ours. Standing 10 toes down on them 10-fold grounds, representing. Well, drum major for justice because there is no justice for just us. Can you dig it? But yeah, man, we back up in here, man, to talk about what's going on. Came across a story that rocked my world, man. Thought I'd do a little show about it, talk about it a little bit, because it goes off into other things you understand that we dealing with as a people. And one of the craziest things that we dealing with as a people right now, one of the saddest things, the realest things, is family, man. Black family. We've been somehow led to be embarrassed what we come from, who we are, and what we come from. These are kind of families, man, that we used to see when I was a kid growing up. Like, families were big, man. At least 5 kids back in the day. You seen mom, you seen dad, you seen the babies. Very common. 60s. Start to like get choked out in the 60s and the 70s, man. But going back to the early 50s and further back, man, we had big families, man, and we used to be proud of that. We let people embarrass us, man, and make us think it was something wrong with having our babies, man. You know, when abortion was illegal, no black women did it at all. You understand? It was made legal for a reason. Shout, if y'all don't know what's up, look into Margaret Sanger. Look into the eugenics. Look into the birth of Planned Parenthood. Read and learn something, man. Like I was saying, though, they made us embarrassed that we came from big families with some of our greatest people at these big families. Some of our best came from these big families, man. And the numbers and the statistics to this day still say that we are the most involved fathers in America, so-called black men. The most involved. Peace be up on brother Malik Shabazz, El Hajj, the world called Malcolm. But yeah, man, once upon a time, 6 of us, me and my brothers and sisters, you understand? This is before that the whole thing started getting pushed about, you know, single mothers. And, the single ladies. None of that wasn't going on. Brother Dick Gregory, peace be upon him, on the cover of Ebony magazine. Why? Because there wasn't nothing more ebony than having that big old family. We let people shame us into thinking there was something wrong with this. You understand? And it got choked out by something, a horrible disease, a horrible virus called feminism. And look at our communities now. You can see the results of it just by looking at our communities. Single mothers. Everybody, single mothers. It's crazy because single mothers tend to be so biblical sometimes, so Christ-like. They love Jesus, but they don't want to know what that book say. What does it say there in the book of Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12? As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy path. You see, we are upside down and inside out in the Black community, man. We are so out of order. Now, I know people don't like to say that. What do you mean by order? Hey, man, you come out, I believe in God. I believe in the Bible. If you believe in any of that, there's an order. God is not the author of chaos, not the author of confusion. He said, let all things be done decent and in order. There's supposed to be an order, and the order that's in the community right now is completely out of whack. The children rule the household. How many single mothers you know treat their sons like they the man of the house? How many single mothers you know kids really run the house and they don't? You understand? This is what's going on in our communities, man, and it's destroying us, man. We could play all the games that we want. We should have never stopped being proud of our big families. We should have never stopped having our big families. Should have never let nobody make us feel like something was wrong with that. But I tell you something, man, that's wrong in America right now. There's no babies being made. To the point to where they're really worried about that. That's why they banned abortion. And they do that for black sakes, though. Don't you think that for 1 second? But let's get off into these videos, man. Let's check out what the people got to say about what's been going on in our communities. Did feminism really help us? Is feminism helping us? What is feminism doing for the black community?
According to a 2018 study done by the Department of Justice with the Pew Research and everybody, 80% of rapists come from single mother homes. 71% of high school dropouts come from single mother homes. 70% of youth and juvenile delinquent facilities come from single mother homes. 63% of youth suicides come from single mother homes. Girls that grow up in a single mother home are 4 times more likely to be pregnant before they turn 18. Children born into a single parent home are 4 times more likely to move from the middle class into poverty. Children that grow up in a 2-parent heterosexual nuclear family are 4 times more likely to move from poverty into the middle class.
Now, we all heard that, right? Nothing like numbers, nothing like math. Hard to argue with math, man. It's the most elementary of all sciences. Ma. The Hebrew word for truth is where you get the word math from. If you do your math correctly, it's precise. Absolutely precise. Nothing like numbers. Did you hear the figures there? We're doing bad, folks. Let's continue.
We know that statistically, children who come from single-parent homes have much worse outcomes.
Pause. Single mother homes. Kids who come from single father homes statistically are in line with a 2-parent household. A single mother home is way worse, even if you have money. So if you're a wealthy single mother, even your money won't help your child.
Why are we listening to these folks, man? What do they know? See, the unfortunate thing when it comes, especially when it comes to us in our so-called community, man, I was talking to a sister earlier. We have no business trying to live according to. We're not supposed to be assimilating. That's the problem. That's been the problem from day one. We are different people, different culture, different everything. We raise different. We grow up different. If left alone, we'll be fine. But somebody always got to come with something called counterintelligence. They always got to come in and break up whatever it is that's going on in our community that looks like it's okay. And one of the things that always been okay is having a mother and father in the house doing their best they can for that family. Those are the chance favors to prepare. The preparation is going to come through the parents, the mother and the father. You're preparing those children. Their chances are better through the preparation. They need both feminine and masculine energy for their better to have the best chances possible. You understand? God don't make no mistakes, man. It takes 2 for a reason. You understand? But let's get off to the video. This is the beginning of the video. If y'all don't know about what happened, this is the young lady that that got beaten in Chicago, her son and her daughter. Let's get off into it.
All right, so that's from the mother. She's not pregnant, okay? Okay, let's tap in with Chicago's very own Corey Holcomb.
I want y'all to hear what Corey Holcomb got to say, because he took it all the way back to my time, my day. Take a listen, man, because this is real talk right here.
See, we got to say about his city.
So a result of the downfall of society, teachers are not with it no more. They're trying to get out of the profession. There's too many teachers with testimony online saying, my health is not worth this profession that I put effort and education into because of the way the children
One of the most underappreciated, underpaid, but most needed jobs in America. I talked about this I've talked about this before. Teachers, CNA, so certified nurses assistants, and security officers. You can't have an infrastructure without these people. Nobody don't want to pay them to deal with they badass kids.
conduct themselves. Reva brought up how these children in Chicago jumped on somebody's mama. I'm telling you, man, I'm from the projects, homie. I'm from where it go down.
Me too, man. Eastside Watts. Y'all already know.
But when I was growing up, nobody would run up on your mama.
Facts.
Do you hear me? I grew up Robert Taylor Homes, 5266 South State, last white building next to the hole. Gangbangers, grown or not, would not run up on you while you was with your mama because there was still
Hardcore killers, man. Back in the day, man, back in the 80s, two things. You don't mess with no dude when he with his mama. You don't mess with no dude while they got kids with them, babies with them. There was a code. I know y'all don't believe this because y'all look at this stuff nowadays. There ain't no code. You're right. It ain't no kind of codes nowadays. And it's always been genocidal and foolish and folly. So don't get me twisted and thinking I support any of that, like that genocidal lifestyle. No. But I'm just saying, due to the fact that it was a reality we had to deal with, there was a respect that was there that people just didn't go across, man. You didn't mess with no dude, don't care how banged out he was. If he had his kids with him or some kids with him, or if he was with his mom, or worse than that, his grandma, you don't mess with that. You don't do nothing to him. You let him make it.
respect in the community. And I'm talking about, I lived in the projects. If your mama came and picked you up from school and walked with you, gangbangers would be like, nah, okay.
How many of you niggas, how many of y'all went to go check out a Jordan? Mama took y'all to go check out a Jordan when you graduated from Markham. How many of y'all went up there? Real talk. How many of y'all made it? How many of y'all didn't get rushed by them Grape Street niggas because y'all had y'all mama with y'all? Keep it 400. This is real talk.
Okay, you with your mama. You know what I'm saying? Mama, mama come to your door. Who ready to kill you? And your mama answer the door. They'll be like, hey, Miss Wilson, how you doing? We'll leave.
Oh, wrecking. Oh, Eastside Watts wrecking boys, man. Gangsters will come knock on your door, have every intent on doing harm to you. But if your mother answered the door, spoke to her respectfully, Ms. or Mrs. such and such, Mrs. so-and-so. Most mothers was married back then, whether they were separated from their husbands or not. 100, 400. Most of us that come from the projects, I know out of my neighborhood, the ICs, going all the way down to the Nicholson, the PJs, the Jordan Downs, they can all speak for themselves, but I'm sure most cats can vouch for this. In the late 70s, late 70s, 80s, mid 80s, most housing project units had a mother and a father in them. Most of them did. Father probably wasn't on lease, you know what I'm saying? But the point is, most units had a mother and father in each unit, and they were black as hell back then. So stop talking all that foolishness y'all talk about. Oh, black men leave their kids. Black women are single mothers. It wasn't always like this, man. This was done on purpose.
Boy, come outside, and if Leroy won't come out, they'll be like,
okay.
All right. That's how I grew
Yeah,
up,
nigga,
homie.
catch you later.
I see you when I see you.
Catch you when I see you.
Phil said it. I'm talking about these is killers, though.
Straight killers.
Do you hear what I'm saying? Killers, for real. But there was still enough respect in the community where a family was given a pass.
Real talk.
Now, nothing.
No
matter
respect.
if you're a senior, you're nothing.
How can you be a teacher if a little boy in 3rd grade is saying, fuck you, die? Wait, are you serious? Do you know the psychological damage that causes to the adult who can't knock the shit out the kid?
Like that little girl when the dad went up.
On record. I know them teachers be wanting to boot them little mother.
Up there to confront them. Remember about his son? Remember, and he hit that little girl. Remember, you brought that story.
Oh yeah, no, that man, when that little girl ran up on his little son, because his son was smaller than that girl,
real small.
and that girl ran up like that man wasn't there, and that man did exactly what I would do. I'm telling you, like the lady, those kids in Georgia who they show them busting in the man's house, and the lady is talking about, he wasn't supposed to kill them. These are armed individuals, 4 of them. What is he supposed to do, have a talk?
Yeah, man. That so-called YN foolishness that's going on right now. I know about that story too. Oh, youngsters kicked that man door, and he either killed them all or he killed 3 of them or something. Excuse me, he unalived 3 of them or something like that. But real talk, man. And the families was on the news complaining, talking about he didn't have to shoot it. They was on what was they gonna do to him? This is the craziness that we got going on. Because we as a people, we have been turned upside down, upside down, you turn me. Hey, we've been turned upside down, flipped inside out. We are so far away from what God originally planned for us to be as a people. And we're so far away from it that it's alien to us to even fathom that we supposed to be living another way. How many of y'all niggas getting ready to celebrate Thanksgiving this weekend? Case in point.
Talk with them?
Hell no.
We are at a point in society where the children can get it. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
How bad is society when I can sit up here and tell you the kids can get it?
In other countries, some
Real as talk, man. But let's get off into the story. Shouts out to my boy Corey Holcomb. Shouts out to my girl Pink Book. She stay coming
after
with
an
it,
attack on a
Follow
mother
her.
and her
Subscribe to
2
her.
young children. You can see in this video here where it happened in the South Deering neighborhood. And we are blurring the video because the people involved are all minors. Our Sade Gray is live outside of the school where this happened. Sade, we're learning this is not the first time that this specific group of kids attacked someone.
Exactly, Marie. The large group of parents were outside of the school calling for accountability. They say bullying has been a problem at the school, but now it's crossed the line into violence. The mother, who is also the victim, has been at the school all day talking to authorities.
Damn! Crack, damn!
Disturbing video, all caught on camera. Children dragging a mother and her son to the ground. We've blurred the faces of the people involved because they're minors. Police say the 33-year-old mother and her 9-year-old son were walking near 106 and Bensley in the South Deering neighborhood when the group of kids started chasing after the mother and her children, calling them names and taunting them. Both the mother and son were taken to a hospital. Word of the attack spread quickly on social media, causing outrage among many parents.
I couldn't sleep. I was traumatized. I could not sleep. I couldn't believe it.
Look at her sign. It says stop bullying. Keep watching though. You have a bunch of mothers in Chicago and online reacting to the situation, and they want to hold these inmates in training accountable. They're signing them off.
She called them inmates in training on record. Inmates in training. Oh, Dulo, that's a cold one, but she got a point.
All up for jail. They're like, forget the school to prison pipeline. Throw them in jail right now. Yeah, they're getting on social media saying it's time to hold these kids accountable. Keep in mind, they're talking about the 8, 9, 10-year-olds that jumped a 33-year-old mother, her 9-year-old son, and their baby girl that's even younger. And this right here was the last straw. All of these people are finally upset. They've had enough. They analyzed this situation and summarized this issue as a problem with school bullies And of course, you have to hold school bullies accountable. I'm just wondering, is anybody ready for the truth? Go ahead and answer me below in the comments. Is anybody ready? And I know y'all can't handle the truth, but I'm about to give it to you anyway. Let's just keep watching.
Shanice Davis lives in the neighborhood and says she recognizes the attackers.
This is not the first time the kids have done this.
That she know them.
You know, just talk around the streets that these kids have pretty much been raising themselves and they have not been held accountable. They have vandalized cars. They have harassed adults and children.
First of all, shout out to this woman right here. Happy she's one of the many who came to the school because she was really concerned about what happened. She saw that video and got upset, just like everyone else who viewed it. You know I can't play the video here, but you have to watch it and you'll see why everybody is mad. I want you to listen to what she said though. She said these kids, the inmates on training wheels, yeah, the future inmates of America, they're out here cutting up, they're raising themselves. I want you to remember all these kids have a parent that's raising them. But the parenting is so horrible. When you see them in the street, when you see them at school, they're behaving so badly, there's no way they can have an actual parent at home, right? Y'all already know I'm about to go there. But wait, let them finish.
One day after the attack, demonstrators showed up at Orville Bright Elementary School after some posted on social media threatening to harm the children behind the attack. Several police officers showed up blocking the entrance of the school to protect kids inside.
And Chicago ain't no joke, baby.
Look at these officers. They're down to the school because you had a bunch of grown adults on social media threatening to come down to the school and beat the inmates on training wheels as punishment and retribution for jumping a 33-year-old mother, her 2 children, 9 and under. So now they had to get dozens of officers down to the school to ensure those grown people didn't show up and lay hands on them kids. Because the parents got so angry seeing that video online, their reaction was to say they need to go down there and beat all them bad kids up. And if their parents showed up, they'll jump them too. Yeah, a whole lot going on, but nobody getting down to the problem yet. Keep watching.
Chicago Police District Council member Joseph Williams was also talking with them.
We're going to make sure that this school leadership steps up and that they put a safety plan in place. That
school
they put
leadership.
any plan.
What the school leadership got? I remember my teachers used to always had a term they would throw out all the time called home training. The fuck?
Need to put in place to make sure that these babies feel secure. Bullying should have a zero tolerance behind it.
And now it's the school's fault. Yeah, the school leadership is a problem because they have to have a plan that makes sure their teachers are going outside on the sidewalk while kids are walking home to make sure they're not jumping their mothers, brothers, and sisters. So let's get this straight. So far, it's the kids' fault. They need to be held accountable. Then it's the school's fault because the teachers and principals are allowing this to happen. The teacher is supposed to be the instructor, the babysitter, the prison guard, the arresting officer, the social worker, and
Did she
the
say
parent on duty at the same time.
Did she say the prison guard? My girl, man. Like I said, man, shouts out to Big Book. She be coming with it.
Time instilling values and morals and decency into these bastards. You know, the school is the problem.
We reached out to Chicago Public Schools about this.
I want to get off into the other part of the video, man, because, yeah, we got to talk about this punk-ass mayor, man.
Incident and allegations from parents that their children were bullied by the same group of kids. CPS says they're horrified by the attack and they're working closely with the mayor's office, CPD, CHA, and other city departments to provide additional support for the family.
Right, because Mayor Brandon Johnson, he's so concerned about black schools when he's the one who took the funding away from these black kids and redirected those funds to support the
dumb son of a bitch!
Children of illegals and their parents. I mean, close down the black schools and the programs for black children, then reopen them for illegals. And somehow,
you dumb son of a bitch!
How he's going to do something about this?
Outrage in South Deering after a mother and child attacked on their way home from school. Casey Cronus is live outside of Orville Wright Elementary School with the very latest on this.
Now check this out here. Now, we know what happened, right? Now check out this video. Y'all got to see this.
Hey everybody, click in.
Uh-oh. Hey, oh, hey, she finna go on live.
Let's see if people click in. It's actually okay if they don't click in, okay?
All right, so gotta correct something from the last video. The woman in that so-called apology video with the 8th grade girl is not her mother. So the woman with the child you're looking at on the screen here, she is not the mother of this little girl. Really quick, for those that don't know what's going on, a 33-year-old Chicago mom, her 9-year-old son, and her younger daughter all got attacked as they walked home from school. The mom and her son ended up in the hospital. Very sad situation. If you missed my first video on this story, the link is below. Go ahead and check it out, get the initial story. Now, on the videos going around showing the attack, and yes, it was recorded. Some little kid recorded them jumping the mom and the son, acting like he was filming for World Star. All of this learned behavior, by the way. These kids got this from the adults, from recording them jumping somebody to
bingo.
Kids picking on the mom, calling her
You can judge a fruit by the. You can judge a tree by the fruit.
Mar, and then kids fighting like some scene from Zeus Baddies or something. But from that video that was recorded that I can't show here, it was very clear that this little girl, she set the whole thing in motion. She was the first one to put hands on the mom, and then the other kids followed her. That little girl
sitting there with a hoodie on. Y'all couldn't girl her up for this. Y'all couldn't put some bow-reds and shit in her hair, man, and try to. How people come to court looking like a totally different person. Y'all seen Sprung. You remember a whole girl straight up hoochie mama, but when she came to the jail, she looked like a church girl. She still got the hoodie on. She looked like she could just whoop somebody ass just now. She getting ready to go on record.
Girl came out with this apology video. She went live with this woman here and 2 other female adults who went to see about her after the internet started hunting for that little girl, the other kids involved, and their parents. And then this woman here, who everybody thought was her mother, she showed up and decided to put the little girl on camera with the girl's mother's permission, who didn't want to get on camera, but she was supposedly talking crazy on social media, and she's just as out of order as her daughter. That's where she got it from. But this woman showed up as the PR arm, the social activist, to get some attention off this whole situation and tell everybody to leave the kids alone. They're just kids. But yeah, she confirmed she's not the girl's mother. She wrote this online. She said, one thing about it, I'm solution-oriented and I'm not afraid to get in the field the right way. I physically put my body and freedom on the line for...
Bitch, you did this shit for clicks and views. Ain't nobody stupid.
Black people. So the comments, requests, and messages are seen, but don't phantom me. I actually care about the woman and her children and all the kids. Resources have poured for the woman and her children, as they should. However, although this is not my child, what are we to do about the kids? Are we to abandon our children or hold them accountable? Are we to step in or fall back? Y'all won't make me feel as if I'm someone who I'm not, because I know who I am, and on top of that, it's very much respected. Half of y'all still behind the keyboard. Get out here and get to work so S like this don't happen again. It takes a village. Meanwhile, y'all still talking about blocks and BS. Please miss me or reach me when you want to collaborate for a better future. # we all we got. So this was her response to everybody who had something to say about her going live with that little girl. 1, she made it clear that's not her daughter. And 2, she's saying, well, yeah, y'all giving resources and helping the mama out, but what about these kids? You know, the kids who attacked the woman who everybody's helping out. And that was...
You hear this shit?
You dumb son of a bitch!
Are you serious? What the fuck?
her reason for going over there with this fake apology that everybody saw straight through. So the lady showed up to this little girl's mother's home along with 2 other females, presenting herself as some sort of person concerning the community that's just making sure the little girl was all right. And you know that somebody was defending the little girl and finding out what's going on with her, the one who started this whole fight and jumped the woman along with the other kids, because she thought they also needed help. Like, stop the madness. Everybody knows what's going on here. And the 2 females that came along with her, they seem to be in the position similar to those counselors on like Scared Straight or something. But one of them in the background said, hey, she's going live. You know, letting the house know she's recording and she's on social media right now. And that's my problem with this part. Why did this lady right here feel the need to record this or pull out a camera and go live? If you're just trying to check on the little girl and her family, that could have been done without pulling out the camera and doing this. And then y'all...
Like I said, clicks and views.
See, the actual mama of the little girl never got on camera because she didn't want to put herself out there like that. But this woman came over like, hey, I'm helping y'all, then put the little girl on camera. And of course, this video went viral too, putting more attention on the little girl that she was supposed to be ensuring was okay.
It's clout.
Now
It's all
everybody's got a
about
better
clout.
view of her, and I believe she's more of a target, which according to her was supposed to be the opposite intention of her visit.
Look at that, study wiping her face. Ain't not one tear, right?
Okay. It's okay. Okay, so
Where the
this is an
tears at?
update, y'all. I want y'all to meet Kamira. She is one of the children that was a part of the fight at OT Bright School on yesterday. We're just coming live so she can say her piece.
Yeah, we're just coming live so she can say her piece. No,
fuck
nobody
outta
needs to
here.
hear nothing from this little girl. I can see if the internet got the story wrong and she wasn't the little girl who set the whole thing off, or there was some misunderstanding. But no, she did what she did. And pulling up to her house, putting a camera in her face to, quote, say her piece, made no sense.
What piece?
It's very simple. This was just
What is the piece that she what? No, man, no.
an opportunity to get some clout and attention. Because everybody wanted to know the suspects who jumped that woman and her children.
And take accountability. I won't say too much. And please, anyone that decides to say anything, keep it respectful. This is
Shut up, bitch. Talking about she take accountability. Anybody got to say something to be respect. Man, if you don't get the fuck out the hood with that weak shit.
a child.
And if you really had concern about any adult saying something to her because she's a child, then why would you go over there and go live and put the camera in her face? You didn't know attention would come from that?
Hey, my name is Kamira Grant, and
Oh, here come the sprinklers.
I was wrong for everything.
Shut up, Meg.
Where the tears at?
I'm telling you, it's really frightening how manipulative this little girl is already. Constantly wiping
Real
no
talk.
tears. Wonder
Real
where she
talk.
got that from.
Yeah. It's the same shit she do at that school. She probably not. Probably not. Because I'm telling you, man, I worked for LAUSD, man. These kids don't get in trouble at school like we did. There's no suspensions and expulsions like it used to be, dude. And of course there's no SWATs and none of that. You know, you got to fight a parent or be done got shot by a parent or something like that nowadays.
For everything that I did,
Shut up, Meg.
and I was just being a follower.
Shut up, Meg.
How you was being a follower, you threw the first fucking punch.
Shut up, Meg.
Oh, reckon.
Following everybody.
So she was being the follower when she threw the first punch, and then all the kids.
Oh, me. You a follower, but you threw the first punch. This is the foolishness. Like she said, man, inmates in training. Y'all all gonna end up in jail one day. You go do something, man, and go into court and do this. It's not gonna work, especially with these devils.
Kids followed her and jumped the lady. Like, cut it out. But look how they position the narrative. She's somehow the follower and not the leader in this situation.
Oh, me, dude, on everything, dog. You heard what the man said at the beginning, right? You heard the numbers, right? This is real talk. This is what's being produced in our communities right now. This is a little girl, man. This is what this poison known as feminism done did to the black community, to the black household, the black family. Starting in the 1960s, late 60s, when they was coming with the subsidized housing and the Section 8, and you can have this, you can have that, but that man can't be there. Man, only ones really went for it. Everybody else went for it, but figured out a way to bring their man with them. You went for the bus up their family. when it came to our sisters, man, but there's no one in America has had the type of game played on them that we have. We are straight up victims of Willie Lynch, man. They've been working hard on destroying our families for the longest, dude. And if you destroy the woman, if you take the woman and corrupt her, you corrupt the family, man. Because the mother's the first teacher to the child. Everything will fall, everything will go to hell. You pull her out of her natural element and shove her into that man's world and force her to get out there and have to work and compete with men and argue and be aggressive and all of that. Look what you do. Look what you produce. The thing about it is we got enough information and enough education to where it's not a secret what was done. You got women in the CIA that came out admitting that the whole feminist movement was a scheme of the government. There would have never been. Come on now, if they give you rights, let you work for what? They didn't. Nobody had to do that. That was done as another technique to help to help destroy the black family. But they're like my mother said, when you dig a hole, dig two. Everything, every nasty, negative thing they ever done to destroy us always spill over into their lap too. So-called white women are the second most divorced next to black women. Okay? They do single mother, they do that single mama thing too, just like black women too, just not on the same level, not as much. You understand? But they were victims of their own propaganda. Their own counterintelligence. That's what you got there. I'm gonna sum this up with my boy, man. The broken clock, man. I'm gonna let him hit y'all with some of this, man. Go on and hit him, Charleston.
Dress black women because nobody supports gangsters and gays more than a black woman. The black woman is the number one cheerleader for gayism and gangsterism.
I don't reckon.
She date them and she raise them.
Oh, reckon.
So I don't address punks because I think it's only two things a straight man can do to a punk he ain't fucking: ignore him or kill him.
Once upon a time, Glorilla was broke, living in Memphis.
I did not mean to play this video at all. But y'all get my point of what I'm trying to say, man. Let's pull that scripture up one more time, man. Let's take another look at that. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. And it reads, "As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy path." We are inside out. Most of them kids that was involved in that situation, parents can't tell them nothing. Mama can't tell them nothing because 70+% of these situations dealing with these kids in particular, 70% of them being raised by just their mama more than likely. Don't get it twisted, man. I was a victim of that whole thing. My family was a victim of that whole break up the black family thing. We were kids. My mother and father were married. We lived in the house. My father went to work. My mother stayed home with us. Next thing you know, girl, you need to come on to LA. Get you one of these units. You know how many food stamps, how much cash they give you out here on the 1st and 15th? Sounded good to my mom. She's sick of my dad, whatever. So we went through it. We were on the good ship Jesus. We was on that first slave boat when they came with that whole strategy. Thing about it is my mother still came from a time where you don't raise your kids to be disrespectful to their father, period. So she didn't run interference with my father being in our life. She just broke up with my dad and took us and ran on the other side of the country. But, he came back into our lives. She didn't run no interference with that. Excuse me. My father was pushing the basket, man. My father was a victim of that crack thing, Vietnam vet and all that stuff. Victim of that whole crack epidemic. But she still made sure we understood we couldn't disrespect him. We couldn't talk to him any kind of way because he was living that way. These mothers nowadays, they don't ride that way. They talking crazy to the father, and if the child talk crazy, they got their pom-poms on for the kid. But like I explained to the mother of one of my children, you teaching my child to disrespect me, kids don't know how to turn that off. Only a matter of time before that disrespect gonna spill over in your lap, or on one of these adults at one of these schools, or on a cop, or something else that they can get themselves into a situation that you can't necessarily get them out of. But you the one that gave the okay. You know, all the kid need is to know that they mom gives them consent on some negative behavior. They'll be so full throttle with you, boy. Kids are different, young and raw and completely out of control of their emotions. If a child is mad enough, you put a gun in their hand, they will blow somebody's brains out without thinking. So if you raise a kid and tell them they could be disrespectful to some adults, man, they'll push that to the limit. You won't be able to tell them nothing. I mean that literally. Because see, that disrespect is going to come back to you. And you ain't going to be able to tell them nothing. You understand? But yeah, man, we in big trouble, man. And pray for all our people on both sides of the equator, man. We in so much trouble. And it's like, I'd rather feel like an amoeba I feel like one antibody trying to fight against the AIDS virus, man. I feel like we in that deep, man. I often told my brother when we was kids, I don't think our people gonna ever come out of this condition. It's gonna take Christ to come back. Something like that, man. Because you really can't tell us nothing. Hey, man, thank y'all for tuning in, coming and hanging out with your boy, the Bam Bam Belly Yon. One of Watt's favorite sons. We're giving all praises to the Most High God for the opportunity, putting the air in our lungs and the words in our mouth to do our part to try to make this world a little bit better, because we got to leave our kids here one day, man. You understand? This is real talk, man. I know everybody just, I'm just worried about my family, I know these devils done tricked us into thinking that we are supposed to be individualized, but we come from a collective people, man. The master said, take a village to raise a child. Every person around that kid plays a role in that kid's upbringing and that kid being all right. We got to understand that, man. We need to be proud of our families, man. Our beautiful, beautiful black families, man. All our babies, man. I was a victim of that, man. I had an issue, thought it was something wrong with having a lot of kids, even though it was me and I have 5 brothers and sisters. Stupid, man. One of the greatest things that you're going to do in your life is to be a parent, man. Be a father, be a mother, man. One of the greatest things God bestowed upon us is to give birth to children, because it's his way of letting us know he wants this world to go on a little longer, man. We could do better, man. We need to do better. I encourage people, have as many kids as you can afford. Unfortunately, these devils got it messed up where it's pretty hard to afford a child. But I don't believe in no abortion, man. I regret a lot of things in my life, man, and didn't know no better, man. But if we don't figure it out, we ain't got a lot of time. We have no time. It's crazy that we so crazy. Hey, man, but I love y'all to death, love y'all to life, man. Give a shouts out to all 4 corners of Watts. Love y'all to death, love y'all to life, because we live in to die, we die to live again. Whether it be here or in the kingdom, we all gonna see each other again. Till then, man, I'll keep breathing, keep trying to get it right.